I'm the strong survivor. There ain't no one as strong as I, 'cause I waited in the longest line for the longest time. Now this moment's mine. Put the plow down on land. See the calluses on my hand. Take no sick days, that's how I was raised. Mama taught me how to be a man. Never send a boy to do a man's job. To do a man's job. Never send a boy to do a man's job. To do a man's job. Good old days, I remember back when, if you had a problem, you settled it like.
America's had a long tradition with the lever action rifle. Starting back in the mid-1800s during the Civil War, toward the end, these were used by Union forces and with great effect. Of course, it was toward the end of the war and then on into the Western frontier. Just iconic for the Western frontier. That lever action is just synonymous with cowboys and the cavalry. Of course, American hunters for years. 30-30 has been one of the #1 deer rifles of all times. And it's really easy to get those follow-up shots. It's light, it's handy, it's a great little rifle. And so today we're going to take a look at one of Henry's new offerings, the all-weather 4570 and model 30-30. One thing about Henry rifles is those guys are always willing to try new models, and they're always putting out some pretty cool different designs that are really, desirable. I mean, like the 4570, the 30-30, in this all-weather finish. It's slick. It's a really nice hard chrome plating over the material that's bonded, and this is just great for taking it out into the elements. You know the old saying, rode hard, put up wet. Well, that's what these are. These are made for that. I've done a full review on both of these calibers in the Henry, the 4570 and the 30-30. But with the all-new weather version, I just wanted to kind of go through some of the differences with that compared to the standard blued models and the brass models. First thing we're going to do, though, is double check, make sure the gun's run loaded. Now, looking at the Henry 4570 with the all-weather model, you can kind of see a little bit more of the differences. It's kind of funny that this is called the utilitarian model. But as you can see, the checkering and the American walnut, very well finished. But really, pretty much overall, they're both the same rifles in essence. Just a few things different with the wood. For going outdoors, this is definitely a better option for extreme weather. Now, these rifles have some differences between the two. With the 4570, of course, with the caliber, a powerful round. In fact, as I said in my earlier initial video of the 4570, this caliber has taken the Big Six in Africa, which is just a huge kudos to this caliber. Designed back in the 1800s by the U.S. military, and one of the calibers that won the West. So it's a very effective round. Buffalo hunting and stuff like that. I mean, this is just a really powerful round for the lever action. But, 200-300 yards is about all you want to really do with this. It's a pretty stout caliber, but really, to be honest with you, it's more like a shove, whereas the 30-30 is more like a punch. It's definitely something that you could enjoy shooting once you kind of got used to the recoil. Now, here were the rounds that we were shooting through here, and this is the 300 grain trophy bonded bear claw. Just the name, really kind of tells what this thing's capable of. But a really serious round. Now, these, you can definitely up the ante on the 4570. There are some really hot loads out there, but this is a 300 grain bullet. It's going at 1,850 feet per second. The soft point 150 grain Federal 30-30s are going at 2,390. So, you've got quite a bit of it, of an advance with the velocity. But because of the bullet weight, 2,300 foot-pounds of pressure at the muzzle, 1,900 for the 30-30. 30-30 has been proven as a hunting round, one of the most popular in the U.S. And then, of course, the 4570 is definitely something that can take about anything, in fact, obviously, it can take anything even in Africa, much less North America. And I want to thank Federal Premium for supplying the ammo. Good stuff. Both rifles have the fully adjustable buckhorn sight rear, And then at the front, you have a bead post. These are metal. One of the things that I really liked about the blued 4570 is the peep sight, because this is a really great gun, a brush gun, a guide gun. But the buckhorn sights really do well. It does have a little small diamond right here, and you can actually turn that around to make it black. Just a sample of the accuracy at 50 yards using the Federal Premium 150 grain. You know, just keeping all 5 shots in a really nice little group. And that was with open sights. But both rifles are drilled and tapped for the 63B scope mount that Henry offers. I think they're about $35. And in fact, I've got one. We're going to do some accuracy a little bit later on these rifles. All the metal surfaces on the rifles have a hard chrome plating on it, and it's really bonded to the metal. This is really made to, you know, withstand scuffs and scratches and abrasions, but it's also going to be very weather resistant. And you know, it's just a really slick finish. One of the things about nickel is that it is a slick finish on your firearm. It actually has a lot of lubricity to it. Now, one of the things that Henry is really known for is the slickness of the action. I mean, it is so smooth. And at the range, it was really easy to get that loop in your hand and just cock it and bring it forward. Now, when you first get it, you know, and you need to get used to doing it, because it's a little bit different if you've never shot a lever action rifle. So just that smoothness. In fact, the guys that were shooting with me, some of them have never shot a lever action rifle, so it was a real treat. Now, Henry typically uses American walnut for their stocks, but this is a hardwood stock, but it's been treated, chemically treated, to resist moisture and a lot of scratches and abrasions and things like that, chipping. And a very beautiful, dark, really almost black, dark gray finish. Really complements the chrome. And on the 4570, you do have a pistol grip. On the 3030, it is a straight stock. And you can see the levers are curved, and then on the 3030 has a straight lever. The stock also has a nice rubber butt pad, and definitely for the 4570, you're going to be glad you have it. Right here on the lever, there's a little protrusion right here to keep the lever from butting up against the tang, and this keeps this from getting scratched up and marred. Of course, you see that it is a full tang on the bottom and here on the top. Of course, the loading tube, you just turn it, pull it out, and it is brass, which really makes it very smooth in and out. You have your loading gate right here, just drop 1 round at a time. And the 4570 holds 4 rounds, the 3030 holds 5 rounds. Once you've loaded the rifle, bring the tube down and just click it right into this small groove. You can see that the barrel band is dovetailed into the barrel. But the fit and finish on this rifle is exquisite. I mean, it is really well done. The barrel length on the 4570 is 18.43 inches, and the 3030 is 20 inches. So you've got a little more length with the 3030. Of course, the caliber marking right here toward the receiver, 4570 Gov't on the 3030, and caliber 3030 Winchester. Here on the other side, Henry Repeating Arms, Rice Lake, Wisconsin. Made in the USA. One of the big things about Henry is they are very proud to be an American company. And one of the things that the owner, Anthony Imperato, says is made in America or not made at all. I kind of like that. One of the great things about Henry is the smoothness of the action. I mean, every Henry that I've ever been around has just been a very smooth action. Really easy to be able to get a hold of that lever and bring it back for the next round. One of the things about the Henry, though, is the tube-fed magazine. And a lot of the Winchesters and Marlins typically have that side loading gate right here. And so that's kind of a controversy of taste. Loading it from the tube, just pull it out, of course with that really nice brass. Using this loading gate just to drop your rounds in, really it can be very quick. And then bring it back. But one of the big things about this is when you're emptying. You know, one of the dangers with a lever action rifle traditionally is when you needed to remove those rounds, you had to rack the lever and then expend the rounds, rack the lever. And you know, that does create some dangerous issues considering you've got a cocked hammer with a round in the chamber. With the Henry, just turn it, open it up, and drop the rounds right out. Or even into your hand. So that really is an added safety feature. Now, there are no external safeties on the rifle, but there is a hammer block transfer bar. So unless you actually pull the trigger, even with the hammer back, it's not going to fire. And so that really helps if you drop it or if it falls. It just makes it really nice, a little more of a safety feature. Of course, if you want to be quick access, you can keep them all in the tube, load really quickly, and you're ready to fire. The balance is really nice right here under the receiver. Very sleek, very handy, and everything just comes right here. It's really fully ambidextrous because you don't have to worry about safeties or a bolt or pulling back a charging handle. For guys who live in states that have magazine restrictions, the lever action rifle can make an excellent home defense rifle or a bug out gun because of just the ease of load, being very trim, slim, and fairly lightweight. Now, Henry rifles are not inexpensive because of just the quality. And of course, made right in the USA. They do carry a lifetime guarantee. Anything goes wrong with the rifle, Henry will take care of it. On the 4570, the manufacturer suggested retail price is $950. On the 3030, it's $850. Now, typically, you're seeing prices at your local gun shop or at gun shows for considerably less. In fact, sometimes $150 to $200 under that price. This is a very new offering from Henry, so prices are going to probably remain at sort of a premium, not full retail for a while. But you can check with your gun shop or your local retailer as far as where to get these. But they are a lot of fun with the hard chrome and this really well protected wood furniture. It just makes it a great gun, a great brush gun, guide gun, excellent home defense gun. Just so many uses for a good old lever action rifle. Ride 'em, cowboy.
It's a lot of gun. Dun, dun, dun.
So for the Henry rifles, all-weather lever action, thumbs way up. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic.
I'm the strong survivor. There ain't no one as strong as I, 'cause I waited in the longest line for the longest time. Now this moment's mine. Put the plow down on land. See the calluses on my hand. Take no sick days, that's how I was raised. Mama taught me how to be a man. Never send a boy to do a man's job. To do a man's job. Never send a boy to do a man's job. To do a man's job.
That would have been good. All right. I'm cowboy. I'm going to be shooting some Federal Premium Power Shock, 150 grain. I think this box color goes perfect with this rifle.